Well, happy Easter, fourth graders. I hope you had a wonderful Easter break and that you were able to maybe watch some of the Facebook live stream of masses that we had the last several days of at church, or that you celebrated Easter in some amazing way with your family. I know Easter's a lot different this year with us being separated and such, but hopefully you did some fun stuff with your family on Easter Sunday, egg hunting. Maybe you went sledding with all the snow that was out there on Sunday and Monday too. So back to classes and back to art for this week. So this is a pretty quick video because you guys are just going to continue on with your Mayan calendars. Last week, you all had an assignment for me to private message me on Google Classroom on the assignment and to do your glyphs that we have here. Remember, I had glyphs and about half of you did your glyphs and told me either through an email or private commenting what each of these stood for. Now, there's about 4 or 5 of you that have not finished that yet. So take a look at last week's assignment, looking at the glyphs of what I wanted you guys to try to find. So the little mini challenge was to find my name and your name on the glyphs and tell me what number they are. The big challenge for a little bit of extra credit point was to tell me all 12 of the names. So your 11 classmates and myself. So if you haven't finished that, you still need to get that done. And there's still a couple of you that haven't finished the very first week's assignment where you were supposed to watch a video and answer one of the questions that I had on the slides. So some of you need to go back and watch the slides and finish the last 2 weeks of art assignments. And hopefully you're caught up to where we needed to be. So your assignment for last week was to finish drawing all your glyphs on your whole thing. So it's going to look similar to mine here. So I actually have done this art project. I don't usually get to do this art project, but I've had a little bit of time where I've got to also. So your homework last week was to finish all the glyphs on your paper, 24 glyphs plus the middle symbol that you were supposed to choose and such. So this is where you're supposed to be today, and your job is to color half of this now, okay? I know there's a lot of coloring, especially with all the little details. So this week's assignment is to color half of this, and then next week is the last week of this Mayan calendars where you're going to finish coloring the other half, okay? So I want to see some beautiful coloring using markers or colored pencils. You actually get to choose which you would like to use. Whichever one you're using, I want to see what I expect for art coloring, those beautiful designs that you've drawn. Look at all the beautiful designs that I have in my picture that I need to color. I think I'm going to choose marker personally because I feel like I can control the colors a little bit better. But if you want to use colored pencils, you may do that too. So your homework for this week is to color half of your Mayan calendar. And if you haven't gotten to this step, you're behind and you need to get caught up. And if you haven't done the glyphs or told me a question from that last Mayan video, you need to do that also. So have fun with your project this week. It's just a coloring project. So I will see you next week and have a happy Easter week. And remember, Father John has his prayer, stories, and cookies with Father John Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock on our St. Patrick's School's Facebook page. And I heard that there is a special guest star on Wednesday. Sounds like Father Patrick might be with us with prayers, cookies, and stories with Father John and Father Patrick. And remember, Tuesday and Thursdays are the days that there's actually a storybook that you'll be able to, Father John will read you a story on our Facebook school's page. So have a great Easter week this week, you guys, and we will see you next week for our last assignment. You already can start working on it if you want. It's just finishing coloring the whole Mayan calendar. So have a great week, fourth graders.